So how we put it is that without rights, you cannot have access and you cannot have an action plan. So if we are, as Kenyans, we are all right holders. So in terms of land, for you to be a right holder, you need to have the name on your title. And in most cases, as we have seen, women are not allowed to have their names on the titles, meaning they are unable to access that right as a landholder. Now, the status of women holding rights or holding rights to land are very few. It's like 3%, meaning most of the time it's men who are in the names of the title. This is from a patriarchal society where men are the ones who hold all the land, especially in the rural areas. Now, in terms of agriculture, we have seen most of the women either undergoing sexual harassment, especially in the tea farms, and they don't have a reporting mechanism, which becomes a challenge. So those are among the cases that us at FIDA, we get to handle. Other than the agricultural side, we have issues of matrimonial property, issues of succession, where most of the time, once the owner of the land passes on, then the woman is disinherited or is left destitute by the in-laws, which is more common in the cases that we handle. So most of the times, the women who come to access justice in the office is either they have been removed from the property that they have known or they have tilled for over 40 years, and once their husband dies, then the in-laws take over and they leave the widow destitute. In terms of matrimonial property, the issue comes in about where right now, from 2014, everyone is supposed to register their marriages. Be it customary, be it Christian or Islamic, you need to register your marriage. Most of the times we've seen women in the rural sector especially, they have never registered their marriages. They've just been living with their husband for over 40 years. Now, in matrimonial court, that becomes a challenge because if you do not dissolve the marriage, then you're unable to actually access the rights of the land in the matrimonial court. Meaning, you have to go through the divorce process first, and if you don't have a marriage certificate, then that becomes a challenge in going to acquire your interest in the matrimonial court. So the other challenge is that there's normally intermeddling by the in-laws. When someone dies, you have to go through the court process for you to be able to access the rights of the land. Intermeddling comes in when that does not happen and the people or the in-laws or the relatives intermeddle either by wanting to change the title of the land, wanting to remove you from the land, and that becomes a challenge. So statistically, most of the cases that we handle at FIDA, which are almost 80%, involve the removal of the widow from the land, the succession issue, and sexual harassment in the tea farms and the tea zones that take place even